How does it go? Sing it with me. Thought, crime, something, something. Don't trust the cops. It's criminally stupid. We're back with episode 26. And today we have the troubled predator who looks like that one actor, and it's driving me insane that I cannot think of him.
Who?
Fuck, I don't know. There's some Hispanic actor. Anyway,
Lewis?
Maybe it'll spring in my head at some point. Anyway, hello and welcome back, everybody. Criminally Stupid 26. I'm here with Jackson, Clarke, and I'm Kaya, as always. And today we're going to read some chat logs, look at some clips, giggle.
It's a particularly short episode this day. I think we'll probably end at around 30 to 40 minutes, and that's just because there's not a lot of meat to this predator. I couldn't find a lot of information about what happened to him after his appearance on TCAP. But one, I don't like the idea of skipping a predator on this show because we set out to be a comprehensive To Catch a Predator list or predator review series where we review all of them who appeared on TCAP, and we have done so far. So I'm not planning on stopping that. And also,
Predatorpedia.
His appearance on the show and in in To Catch a Predator, his interview with Chris Hansen is potentially one of the most stupid I've ever seen. So I'm excited to see that with you, Kaya, later on in the episode.
Perfect. I always like stupid predators.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to go over this man's stats?
Mm-hmm. All right. So flipping over the baseball trading card to look at Daniel's stats here. His username was Daniel Polito 78. His occupation was I don't know. I couldn't find any information on his occupation before or after the arrest, so that's unfortunate. No clue what he does for work. Date of birth August 8th, 1965, which would make him 59 right now and about 40. What is that? 40 at the time of about 40 at the time of the TCAPening. Height is 5'7", weight 190 pounds. Don't ask me how much that is in kilograms, but our audience is American, so you guys should know what that is. Eye color
80,
brown.
I think. Hair
color. Hair color. I've got hair here in the document. I don't know what I was smoking there. He's bald basically. He's got no hair. Maybe that's what I meant. No hair. Either way, it's like bald. Yeah, he's bald, but little fuzz is left is black. Chat log decoy is Q underscore Tai Pi TP
Tai Pi. Let's just go with Tai Pi. Oh wait, it's QT Pi.
Oh my god. Yeah, of course. See, you know your 13-year-old females. She's 13 years old. She's female.
Don't say it like that.
Sliminess rating is 3.93, so fairly low on the more conservative side of predatourism. So he's
very low,
somewhat low. Which I don't. I get it from the chat log because the chat log was very tame, as you'll see in the next few pages. I didn't really grab much from the chat log because there was nothing really insane there. But yeah, if I guess they're judging that based exclusively on the chat log, and if they catered in or factored in the appearance on the show, it would probably be a little bit higher. Sting operation. This is from episode 3 of To Catch a Predator, and it's from the Riverside, California sting. And you said he looks like an actor that you know, but you can't think of who.
No, I cannot. But how about I take the kid this time, and you can be the Hispanic pedo here. Okay, this isn't too long, and I think the girl actually talks a little in this one instead of just saying okay, so that is nice. All right, chat log. This is from, wait, what was the date? 2007-ish?
Yeah, around that period.
All right, 5 p.m. By the way, you have to admire that these decoys just put in the time after work. You know, they're working the late hours of the night catching these people. So at 5:30 p.m., she says, 13F Mira Loma.
You young?
Oh, I'm not a baby.
I work in Mira Loma. You have a pic?
On my prof.
I didn't say that.
Didn't say what?
That you're a baby. I bet you pretty. I have webcam, no pic.
God, I hate that voice for some reason. Okay.
You want to see me in my webcam?
You sound very aggressive. Can you add me? I'm getting a lot of bots, lol.
Yes, I can. I'm not going. I didn't want to go like the stereotypical fucking Mexican, accent, the cartoonish Mexican
Arriba,
accent.
arriba.
Yeah. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just speaking from the soul here.
Then I want to see your webcam.
Okay, where are you? In your room?
Yeah, why?
Just asking.
Okay, okay.
Because I'm naked. Damn, Dan. Damn, Dan.
The fucking
Shortly after.
Riz.
Yeah, the
Immediately.
Rizzler over here. Daniel
Incredible
continues.
skill.
I don't know if you want to see me naked.
Oh, lol. I guess so.
Okay. You ever see a naked guy here?
Yeah, duh. Lol.
You like?
Yeah, cool.
You ever feel a dick before? And then 6 minutes later. So 6 minutes later, a little bit of time goes on, and he also shows his penis, obviously, through the webcam. He's he shows her his penis, and then he continues. So you like my cock, Sammy? Let's talk on the phone.
I don't do phone sex. Lol.
Just talk. You want to see my cum? You there?
Yeah,
What are you doing, Sammy?
nothing. Just watching you.
Okay. You want to see my cum?
Very pushy. Very aggressive. This is annoying because I guess their webcams didn't have audio at all, so it's not an actual voice chat that we would have
Yeah,
like
it's just
nowadays.
video.
It's an actual just video, and they have to talk to each other via text.
I wish I don't get. Or
Just
maybe
like-
they didn't have microphones. Why? How would it have video functionality only and not incorporate audio?
Well, isn't that how a lot of websites work like that? Even Omegle, remember? There would just be people showing video and chatting over text.
Oh yeah, true.
um,
I continue a minute later. This is still okay. So how far in are we? Yeah, it's only been 30 minutes. Not even that. 20 minutes of
yeah,
chatting.
like 20 minutes.
And we're almost at the end already. So he was a very quick mover.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, Sammy, you have a nice pussy? Anyone ever feel your pussy?
Yeah,
What they do?
I don't cyber.
I like that. I like that when the chat decoy doesn't. She's like, I'm not gonna roleplay with you, you freak. You're already
She put
clearly.
her foot down.
Yeah, I like that. Daniel continues. I'm not skiing you to cyber, just asking what they do when they touch your pussy. Wait, this is abuse.
Where'd your cam go?
Don't know. Hold on. You there, Sammy? And then there's an emoji, I think.
Presumably an emoji.
Yeah.
So, are you for real or do you just do this on webcam?
Oh, I'm for real. Will you like it for real? Sammy!
So, like 15 minutes later. So, tell me what you want to do when you come over.
Well, we can watch a movie, and it's up to you, Sammy.
Oh my god. He cannot type with his right hand only. Aw, what kind of movie?
No, that's Move.
Movie.
It's spelled
Japanese.
Movei. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's what anime used to be called. Daniel continues. Scary movies.
Lol, why scary movies?
What kind you like? So you can hold on to me. Aw.
Aw, that is cute.
Very cute. Wholesome.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, right now. So wait, no, it's you. No, right now.
Yeah. So, are you looking for one?
Not really, but when you meet the right person, why not? Sounds like a Hallmark greeting
So
card.
wise. So, do you want me for a girlfriend or nothing?
Sammy, it will be okay if I go see you. Extra neighbors won't say anything to your mum. I don't know what that means. Wait,
The fuck?
Sammy,
It will be okay if I go see you extra?
Extra neighbors? Extra neighbors, sorry. Won't say anything to your mum.
Yeah, I don't
just
know.
like, is it okay if I come over? Are you sure neighbors
Yeah.
won't say anything to your mum, maybe? GF sounds good.
You.
But remember, in 30. So they
know.
made plans to meet up for in 30 minutes.
No, I think that means he misspelled it, but I think he means, but remember, I'm 30 because she says I don't care.
He's not, he's 40.
I know. I don't care.
Okay.
You care that I'm 13?
So is okay with your neighbors? I'm okay with it.
The fuck is it with the neighbors? Does he have to get their blessing? Like, I'm gonna molest the girl next door.
Well, he doesn't want to be seen.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be seen by the neighbors. Oh, wait. So is it okay with your neighbors? True. He's going to go over and ask for permission from the neighbors.
Yeah.
Hey, you mind if I fuck that 13-year-old?
Hey, could you turn your Ring doorbell off so it doesn't record me crawling through her bedroom window? I'm okay with it. So is your webcam still on?
Yes. You want to see my dick again? But they've already made plans to meet up, and this is only, I guess, like around 30 minutes after she's seen his dick the first time. So he loves showing his dick.
This was an efficient one. This is an hour. All from beginning to chat to him agreeing to meet with her is an hour. Very efficient. Yep. Now we have the clips.
Quick. Oh wait, up above we have also a picture of him on the webcam. So I guess they took photos of him on the webcam at 5:41. He's sitting in his computer chair with like a chain around his neck, completely shirtless, red in the face, obviously flush from beating his meat. So he's sitting there like he's sitting there in the webcam picture, looking very odd. All right, so now we have the clips. We got seven clips.
So I like the ad underneath his webcam that says, "Rather be looking at someone else? Search now, free." That's an insulting ad. Okay. Clips.
Okay, so the preamble for this one is it's just him entering the set, let's call it.
The set, the decoy home.
Yeah, I just want you guys to take note of how he actually enters. Like, look how...
Hello?
He looks like a prowler.
Hey, come on in.
Where are you?
I gotta finish brushing my teeth, okay?
Okay.
Just wait at the counter for a second.
Okay.
Okay, Hefe.
Okay.
Very timid sounding.
Yeah, I made him sound way more forceful in the chat log because I bet that's how he imagined himself with these. You want to see my dick?
Oh, like
you
a badass?
You want to see my dick?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now the juxtaposition to him showing up and being like, okay.
He leans in. Why is there even like a red curtain? They even made it like a stage entrance. And he doesn't suspect anything anyway. Fucking idiot.
True. I don't remember with TCAP how they like found the houses. I want to say that this is one of Chris Hansen's friends' houses that they loaned him for the shoot. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is how that went down. Yeah.
I mean, you can just rent houses. That's how they film porn too. It's just rich people.
Yeah, but if you got
out,
if you got a friend who's going to give you the keys to his house for a pedophile shoot, hey, you may as well save some money.
Yeah, but what kind of why would you do that for somebody? Like, yeah, hey, Jackson, I'm gonna film a bunch of child molesters. Can I borrow your house? No, Kai. That would be your answer, right? I don't want these people in my fucking house.
Well, I'd be a bad friend then, in my opinion. But yeah, I would not say yes.
I mean,
I'd be a bad friend.
Well, you all heard it, everybody. If I ever reboot TCAP, Jackson has to give me his house.
I said no. I said I'm fine with being a bad friend.
Well, you said you would be a bad friend, so now you have to give me your house or be a bad friend. Okay, clip 2.
How are you tonight? Why don't you have a seat right there?
Oh, well.
His face immediately.
And do me a favor and keep your hands out of your pockets, okay?
Immediately folds his arms.
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing or nothing good?
I hate it when they say nothing.
Nothing good.
Nothing good.
No.
Stop laughing.
Now, who are you here to see?
that girl on the internet.
The girl on the internet. And what is that girl's name?
I think it was Sammy.
Sammy.
Yeah.
I hate when they don't even
How
remember the
old is
names
she?
because it means that they were
I don't
talking
know,
to
she
so many
said that She
people.
was 14.
And how old are
No,
you?
they're just pretending. I don't know.
40. And you think it's okay?
The
to
18-year-old.
see a 13-year-old girl at 40?
It's not okay.
At 40, it's not okay. Wait, how do they know that he's 40? Do they like look these people up and dox them before they even walk in the door?
Yeah, I think they do try to.
That makes sense. I mean, I would imagine these people aren't particularly clever in
Yeah.
hiding their online identities. Probably uses the same fucking username at his job. All right. So immediately, damn it, I already switched the clip. He comes in and he's like indignant. It's like, fuck. Yeah, of course. Ugh, Chris, damn it. No children here.
Then why did you do it?
You know what?
What?
It's gonna seem crazy,
Try me.
but I was gonna tell her that there's a lot of people do that stuff like that. I wasn't gonna do anything to her because it happened to one of my
Classic.
cousins.
What happened to one of your cousins?
That's
She
like
got
drink. That's like
Really?
a 3x
And,
multiplier.
by
He hit us
somebody
with the
she met on
fucking
the
classic.
internet.
I was just
Yeah.
about to warn her.
And how old is that
Perfect.
cousin of yours?
She's dead. She's dead.
She's dead.
Yes.
She was killed?
By me.
Well, the first time that she got raped, she didn't get killed, but she got killed after that.
Your cousin was raped
Yes.
by someone she met on the internet.
Poor Daniel.
And how old was she?
She was 16.
16.
Yes, sir.
That must have had a big impact on your family.
Told me about it.
And what was her name?
We looked into Polito's story and we were unable to confirm that, in fact, it had happened.
Tell me about it.
So he's evil. He
Shit, bro.
He lied about rape and murder of a fucking cousin that never happened.
Yeah, no shit.
get-
Immediately.
just to get out of
yeah,
it.
man. The first time she got raped, bro. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she's
why I've
dead now.
become
She-
the child predator, like Batman, who goes around to each of their houses warning them.
to warn them and, do a little molesting
Yeah.
on my own. I wasn't here to kill her, mind you, just the rape. What a nice guy. Immediately. This is one of the OGs, everybody, that you hear. I came here to tell her not to do this.
So, based upon that, you decided to come over here and tell Sammy about the dangers of talking to
Yes.
strangers on the internet.
Yes.
And what were you going to tell her?
I was going to tell her, look, you know what? If you keep doing this, I mean, there's no other people like me. There's other people that is kind of dangerous, and they can do it to you. I know. I show myself to her on the internet.
What do you mean you showed yourself to her?
I mean, I show her my webcam,
Yes.
and
And what?
that's the only
Did
reason.
he point it to his cock
You know,
then?
because I mean, people like that get killed.
So I'm confused. You showed her what on your webcam?
Me,
You
Yes.
doing what?
she's naked
Just
Naked.
naked.
to get her attention.
You pose naked on your webcam. So a 13-year-old girl could see it because you wanted to teach her a lesson.
Well, you can say that.
Yeah. So this is like a tough love thing?
No.
Say that.
No.
He's like,
I
oh, I
don't
can't
know,
believe.
yeah.
Do you think he's like, oh, I can't believe Chris Hansen's going along with this? Like, he's believing this clearly. He's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
why
of
not?
course.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
He's
that's,
like, he
that's
sounds
what
like the fucking, like the cuties director. Yeah, I'm just going to film some 12-year-olds twerking just to tell people that it's bad,
Yeah. as a societal
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah,
About how
just
this is
gonna
bad.
feel up this 13-year-old, this cutie pie, Mr. Hansen, just so she learns a lesson. Clip 5. He's also leaning in like.
Well, what is
yeah,
it
yeah.
exactly?
It's like I told you, just to make sure that she don't do stuff like
Get
that.
attention. So you sent these. You allowed her to see these pictures of yourself.
Yes.
This,
Yes.
that. That's
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
And you're what?
It's his penis.
Masturbating there,
Playing with myself.
playing with yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you knew that a 13-year-old girl was going to see those.
Yes.
And you did this just to teach her a lesson,
Well, basically, yeah.
basically. Do you see why that's hard to believe?
That bitch had it coming.
It is. It is.
First of all, you lied and told her you were 30, and you're really 40.
I'm 40.
Right.
Exactly.
You say you're cute. You don't look 13. You ask where she is, just asking because I'm naked. Right. You ever see a naked guy before?
Cover your mouth.
Yes.
You ever
Wait,
feel
he was it?
blank before?
Mm-hmm.
Someone in chat said this. Do you agree with this? The dick pics should be made public from these predators.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have anything against it. I guess they would have to like
Neither.
skirt around a lot of revenge porn laws, though. I would imagine. Then again, actually, I don't know, because isn't it technically evidence?
Yeah, it would
Then I
have to
guess-
be evidence. It would be entered into like a court setting, and which those
Yeah,
court
but
proceedings are meant to be public, right?
Well, yeah, but now that I think about it, you could say the same thing about revenge porn, right? Like if a guy publishes a girl's nudes, you can't just say, "Well, we saw them on court, so they have to be on a public website now."
True. Now they're legal porn.
I would be in favor of a carve out, though. Yes, for just these guys having all of their everything made public. Yes.
It should be attached to it there, like you know how they have to go around to the neighborhood and let them know. You know, I'm moving into the
Oh.
neighborhood. I'm a registered sex offender. Here's a picture of my penis,
Here's
just so
my
you know what
penis.
it looks
Yeah.
like.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
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 What have you done? Did you like it? How old was the guy? Will you give a slang for oral sex? But remember, I'm
It's just
30.
a warning, Chris.
It sounds like you wanted to date her, not teach her a lesson about the dangers.
Well,
of
you know,
the, I mean, I guess she would have
yeah.
learned about the dangers of the internet had I not been there, and had she been here, huh?
Well, you gotta make it sound like that, you know, so they can believe me.
And have you done this sort of thing
Don't make it
before,
sound like
where
that.
you try to teach a girl a lesson?
Yeah, Chris, you're a
This
freak.
is the very, very first time I do stuff.
Very first time. Why even talk to somebody who you think is 13 years old, huh? It was stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So why don't
You
you?
know, I
Too
have-
good of a
It's
guy,
tequila.
I want
Chris.
to tell you straight up. I had a stepdaughter,
Yeah.
and she was
Oh, no.
well, we separated from my wife. I have a 5-year-old kid,
Right.
and my stepdaughter, and she was at the moment she was 14, and she was doing the same thing, playing on the internet.
Right.
And she
That's
made
good
me
at just
horny.
making shit up.
Well, he
He's like
wasn't
so
old.
old.
confident
He was
about
like
it too. He's
17,
such a
but 14 in the
salesman. Yeah,
morning.
man. That
And I
reminds me
swear
about
to-
this
I got
other
so
girl in my
pissed.
family that got
I even
molested.
told my ex, you know what? I don't want her. She's not gonna go by the rules in the house. I
So
don't
wait.
want her.
Funny how every girl around him gets
So you're
molested,
telling
by the
me
way.
that you had a
I'm
14-year-old
noticing a common
stepdaughter
factor.
who met a guy on
Trend.
the internet to have sex.
No. She met him, you know, just to
Right.
to be friends.
She's only meant to
By-
talk to
And that
me
upset
online,
you.
damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're upset and you didn't want her meeting
Well,
guys
I
on the
told her,
internet.
you know why you gotta go.
So
But a
you
noble
walk
guy.
into this house to meet a 13-year-old girl.
I know,
Why is that okay?
So he was upset at her just talking to a guy online, not even sex. How is that at all similar? How is that at all similar if two teenagers were just talking online and he went rage mode and he's like, you know, this has to stop. I need to go out there and molest a child to teach them a lesson.
I'll go
Like,
to
what?
prison just to teach you. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah, he's just making shit up again. Desperately. Actually, that one was just so mild that that one might not even be made up. I don't know. God, I hate hearing that people like this have 14-year-old stepdaughters.
Yeah.
Stepdaughters
it's
too. Isn't there like
insanity.
statistically a much higher likelihood of people hurting their stepchildren or like molesting
I would
them?
assume so because I guess like the people that would molest their own children are swayed away. Well, are swayed away from the fact that you know they're blood related or something maybe, and it's too dangerous. But then once it becomes a stepchild and there's no blood relation, then they're more
Yeah,
willing.
they just
to,
don't have that like
Yeah.
I don't know, that instinct that says don't hurt them. I also love these like, oh yeah, you know, I just showed up here to be a creep and creep on her to teach her a lesson when like we all know that people that get molested, if anything, grow up to molest others. So if
Yeah, it's a
anything, you're just
chain.
creating another molester. You're not gonna
Well,
prevent
does that
one
really-
from existing.
Does that happen with girls? I feel like that's mainly a guy thing. When guys get molested, then they
Yeah, I
like,
think so.
focus
I mean,
on
it
the
does
fact-
fuck girls up, but yeah, I mean,
It
an
does.
actual
Oh, yeah,
girl, I
but-
guess, would end
of
up like a
course.
stripper, but not a molester. I don't know. Either way, it's not going to help her. She's
They
not going to
bo-
grow
they-
up and be
they
like
both
27, look back fondly on fucking.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
What the fuck
Thank
his
God
name is?
Daniel. Thank God Daniel Polito was the one that molested me.
Yeah, it's such a big heart. When he came over, I was watching Barney the dinosaur, and you know, he started touching me up just like him.
yeah.
Clips.
Life lessons, am I right? I knew from that moment on I didn't want to be molested again. So thank you, Daniel. What a hero.
Would you be okay if a grown man of 40 years old walked into your home to meet your daughter?
Of course not. Of course
Then
not.
why is it okay for you to do this?
I know. Stupid. Very stupid.
So that all that stuff about teaching her a lesson and being the protector, that's a big lie. Then.
No, it's what I was going to tell her too.
Why couldn't you just tell her
I don't know.
in the internet? Why couldn't you just say this is a bad idea? You're young.
'Cause I'm
you shouldn't
lying,
be
Chris.
doing this.
Yeah, it's true.
Why not call this internet service provider and say, look, there's a girl here. She might be.
Like that would work.
It's true.
But you didn't do any of that, did you?
No.
No, you came here. Did you bring condoms with you?
No.
Are you sure? You did bring condoms.
He fooled
Can
it
you
so
rewind
quick.
that? Yeah. Why? His instinct immediately is just to lie about everything. Obviously, he's like, "Oh wait, they're gonna check."
It's true.
But you didn't do any of that, did you?
No.
No, you came here. Did you bring condoms with you?
No.
Are you sure? You did bring condoms.
What a
And
fucking
what
idiot.
part of the lesson?
I wasn't going to use them. I was going to give them to her.
You were
Look
gonna
how!
give her
Oh
condoms.
man, I hate how like
Did you
proud he
want
is
to
of
use
coming
this?
up with these lies.
All right, so you just came over to tell her it's a bad idea to talk to guys on the internet, but if you're going to talk, here, use some condoms.
Yeah, I was gonna give her some condoms.
Oh, that
and
little
some
It
chuckle.
doesn't wash.
What a
It doesn't
fuckhead,
wash.
man!
Well, I'm sorry.
Why don't you start again and just tell me what your plan
This
was?
this is very retro, classic TCAP. Like, yeah,
Can we-
the condoms? I was
Can we
just
go
here
back
for
to the
her
condom
good.
part? Can we go back to the condom part and just replay the entire clip from that point? Because I want to like watch how he smiles when he lies and he giggles to himself at the end. Like, yeah, I did come up with a pretty stupid lie then. Like he's proud and happy with himself. It's so insufferable.
It's the kind of happiness that's very casual and like lighthearted. Like, yeah, okay, you got me. It's like,
Yeah.
it's the kind of attitude I would have pulling a prank on you. Like, all right, you got me. Like, you're not supposed to be having a good time right now. This is serious.
Condoms with you.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I did.
You did bring condoms.
Yes, I did.
And
Yeah, okay,
what
you
part
got
of the
me.
lesson
I wasn't going to use them. I was going to give them to her.
you were going to give her condoms?
And tell her, look, if you want to do this, it's I want your own.
All right, so you just came over to tell her it's a bad idea to talk to guys on the internet, but if you're going to talk, here, use some condoms. Danny, that doesn't wash.
I know.
It doesn't wash.
Well, I'm sorry.
Why don't you start again and just tell me what your plan was tonight?
I know. Hey, but Chris, it was
It doesn't
a
wash.
good effort, Chris. I tried.
Mhm.
I tried to trick you.
Ah, you got me. Ah, you guys. Use guys. Oh my god. I hate it when random guys from the internet come over and bring me condoms to use on other guys from the internet. God knows.
Daddy truly is so
Just a
kind.
minute.
Just to meet her.
Yeah.
But the condoms, the sex talk.
I know.
I know.
I never done this before. I mean, I have never been in problems with the police.
Oh yeah,
Do you
sure.
ever watch TV, Danny?
Yes.
Do you ever watch Dateline NBC?
Yes.
Have you ever seen our stories on computer predators?
Yes.
This is
I
one.
don't believe a single word out of his mouth.
Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say for yourself,
No, that's it.
then obviously you're free to leave.
If he's seen them, how did he not recognize
I think
Chris?
some of these
Yeah,
guys
that's what I mean.
truly
I don't buy it.
believe
It's
Dateline
obviously
can't be
his
everywhere.
instinct is to lie about
What are the odds of
everything,
it
even like
happening?
innocuous shit
Yeah.
like that.
Law enforcement can't be.
And then here he turns to the,
I'm not
he
gonna be
notices them come in.
Walk all the way to the street.
Also, Daniel has a hoodie, and it's making me think like, how is it that Chris interviewed and interrogated about I don't know like 200 predators over the course of this series, probably more, and he never once got like held up or shot at or anything? Like, surely one of them brought a gun. Well, we know some of them brought guns, but they left them in the car. But I just can't believe that there was no actual aggressive confrontation. If they
Like
knew
an
that they
actual
were
serial killers show up. I don't know, because
Well,
I would
that-
imagine.
Sorry, I was going to say that, or just the fact that these are probably depressed men at the lowest of their lives now. Like they're probably going to jail, federal jail. They know they're going to federal jail for probably a decade or more. And like at that point, like desperation would force them to do crazy shit. I just can't believe no one ever tried.
I think if it was a woman, a reporter, instead of Chris, who looks like a federal agent, immediately he just looks like, okay, I'm done for. Like if I kill this guy, it's going to be 6 stars in GTA and I'm done for. I think if it was just like a mom-looking woman, like a little old lady,
That is
there
a
would have
fucking
been
terrifying
at least one
concept.
instance. I think there would have been at least one instance of one of the guys just pulling out a knife and being like, be nice and quiet, where's the child?
Oh,
I think that would have
that's
happened at least like once.
a
but
fucking terrifying concept for a show. What the fuck?
it is terrifying, yes. But again, because it is Chris and he just looks like law enforcement. I think
Yeah.
that doesn't even cross their minds to start shit, you know?
He has this sense of authority. Yeah.
Hmm.
The internet has definitely blurred the lines between reality and fantasy a lot. So there's probably more predators now because they literally their sexual wires in their brain get so crossed that they can't make sense of their fetishes and their desires anymore. Plus, of course, internet pornography just leads to like extremism in fantasy in general due to how the mundane starts to become monotonous when you start watching it over and over again and you always seek the next thrill. That's how brains kind of work, especially in that sexual component. But with this guy in particular, I think even without the internet, he probably would have become a pedophile. Like he seems like he seems like the type that would become a pedophile, just generally speaking.
Yeah, for sure. The barrier of entry is just lowered way, way, way down to where losers like this can access children easily on the internet and talk to other pedos like themselves. This guy today, he can just go on fucking Blue Sky and hashtag map pride himself and nobody even blinks an eye anymore. Back in those days, they just had AOL and fucking To Catch a Predator, unfortunately. At least they're still getting arrested. I'm really looking forward to when they amp this up a bit and they start getting tased by the fucking guy in the ghillie suit.
Yeah, I love the ghillie suit. I think that's the Florida. Yeah. Of course, it's fucking Florida, the Florida sting operation.
Yeah, that's excellent. They should have called the ICE on this guy and have him deported too, but we'll take what we can get. So
he could be a citizen,
let's
right?
find out.
Like he could be born.
He could be. It should be revoked. Not in my caliphate. All right, do you want to read this or should I?
Yep. No, you can take it. Actually, you're good at reading it.
Well, after the TCAP episode, Daniel's initial charges included attempted inappropriate conduct with a minor under the age of 14, attempting to send material deemed harmful with intent to influence a minor, and attempted oral copulation with a minor under 14 years of age by force or fear. His bail was set at $50,000. He was sentenced to a year in prison for these charges. In 2009, he pleaded guilty to attempted lewd or lascivious acts with a child 14 or 15 years of age. And that's very specific, 14 or 15 years of age.
Well, I think it's like they have different age brackets which bring different sentences, I'm pretty sure. So like if it's under 11. But also I couldn't find much information on this, but it says here in 2009 he ended up pleading guilty to felony attempted lewd or lascivious acts with a child 14 or 15 years of age. But the girl in the chat log here was 13, so I'm wondering if this was a separate charge. It had to be a different case.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, I mean 2009. This would have been
2009
way
would be after. Yeah. 4 or 5 years after.
Anyway, he pleaded guilty to attempt to lewd or lascivious acts with a child 14 or 15 years of age and offender 10 or more years older than the victim and felony attempted harmful sent with intent of seduction of a minor, harmful material, I assume.
Yeah.
Seduction of a minor. He was ultimately sentenced to 180 days in jail. Oh my God, it's getting lower and lower.
Yeah, how did he get it lower? I guess the idea was because he was trending in the right direction this time. He went older, but still, like this is a pedophile. This is a pedophile with repeated history of doing this. And isn't it meant to be like if you do it again, your crime is like your sentencing is worse?
Yeah, it should be. Along with 3 years of probation as well as registration as a sex offender for life, in 2020, Daniel also received another 6 months in prison for breaking the terms of his release. So another 180 days.
6 months is nothing. What is happening?
I know. 6 months really is nothing. That's not even a deterrent at all. If you told me, Kaya, you can rob a bank and you'll just like go to jail for 180 days, I would do it. That's like worth it. Okay. Will I have enough time to hide the money that I steal? Yeah. Okay. I'll do the time. What the fuck? What kind of sentence is this?
Well, wait, what happens in that situation? I'm assuming, well, if you hide it, like, would they revoke the 6 months? They'd say, we're not going to release you from prison until you tell us where the money is. What about that? Like, surely they need the money back first before they punish you.
Yeah,
But-
maybe not then. I'm just saying there's a lot of crimes where the risk, like the reward to risk ratio, would be worth it if the risk is just 180 days in jail
Well, think about it.
when you get caught. Like, not even
Think
a
about it.
year of your life.
Daniel Polito, this guy,
Hmm.
if you want to go to his picture at the top
Mhm.
of this document, this guy, he would trade 6 months for some 13-year-old punani. Like, absolutely, he would. That's an easy transaction for this man. So of course, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not even that much of a deterrent for it. It really isn't.
Or for anyone, for anything. That is ridiculous. Way too easy on the sentencing, these guys. I don't like it. Ramp it up. Well, at least his name's out there. That is nice, but still.
I don't understand why so many of these different predators receive different sentencing. I get that, like, the sentencing guidelines, and they have different judges probably, as well as different lawyers and stuff arguing different mitigating factors of their cases. But still, they're ultimately committing the same crime, and the damage would have been equal in every single situation that some 13-year-old in most cases was going to be victimized for the rest of their life. And it's not just a single event. That's trauma for life. So that's a repeating offense, basically. It should be much longer.
Don't you
It should be
mean
like
lesson?
15 years.
He was only there to teach, after all.
Oh yeah, true. And he brought gifts. He brought condoms. What a nice man.
Maybe that was a mitigating factor. At least he practiced safe sex. I don't know. I do feel like the judges kind of have way too much leeway in how they're allowed to sentence. That's why minimum sentences are there. They need
Yeah.
a higher minimum sentence for this shit.
Yeah, I have seen I have actually seen in court sentencing of some cases them bringing condoms be a mitigating factor. Like the judge presiding writes or notes that because they brought condoms, the damage is lessened to the child because there's no risk of pregnancy, etc., etc.
Because he didn't want to raw dog the fucking kid. How nice. That is so
Yes.
retarded. That sounds similar to how in
it's
some
so dumb.
countries, like in Turkey, a rapist can get a lower sentence if he shows up to court wearing a suit and tie. Because
Yeah,
it
it's
shows
the same
respect to the
concept.
court. It is so
Fuck you.
fucking retarded.
It is.
Yeah, if anything, it should be a higher sentence. That just tells me that you planned this even more thoroughly.
Well, okay, I still
that's
think I still think raw dogging them is like objectively worse because it can lead to lifetime pregnancy and child.
At the very
born out
least,
of-
it should just be counted as like even more intense. I don't know. Both. It shouldn't
Both,
be a
yeah,
factor either way. Then I
It
don't
really
know.
shouldn't be a factor. No, it shouldn't be a factor in my opinion. It's all
That's so
bad.
stupid. Oh, Your Honor, I brought the banana flavored ones because she told me it's her favorite fruit. Oh, okay. Well, 2 months only.
6 months. Yeah,
Go
6
home.
months off for being a nice man, for being a generous
Yeah.
lover.
Oh, and you brought her booze and cigarettes. And then Dell is in the fucking witness stand. Yes, Your Honor, my favorite beer. Oh, how sweet.
He gave me a massage before molesting me, Your Honor.
And he didn't even disturb the neighbors.
Yeah. True. He didn't ask the neighbors for permission. That's an extra year on his sentence, surely. Surely. All right, sliminess rating. His lies really brought it up for me at the end. If he just owned it, I'd probably be like, the 3.93 is fair because the chat log is very tame. Like even the sex talk, which I didn't include, was like relatively just minute, like very very detailless. And I think it's because the decoy was like, no, we're not going to role play. Like, well, I'm not doing that. You either come or you don't get anything. And he ended up coming, obviously. So that was cool. What do you mean? He showed his penis? Yeah, that's definitely slimy, but they all show their penis, and I'm rating it on a scale basically. So comparatively, 3.93 for the chat log, I think is fair. But then when he showed up, the lies themselves push it beyond it. Like
He didn't talk as much about her body and wanting dogs to fuck her.
Yeah, we've seen
Not a
way
lot
worse.
compares really to that guy. Yeah, way worse.
But the chat
This
log,
seems fair.
I'd bring. The interview on To Catch a Predator, I'd bring it up to like a 4.2 because of his lies. They were just so fucking needlessly stupid and convoluted.
It's more of a dopiness rating, but yeah. All right, very
Yeah,
classic
true.
Predator.
Well, actually, no, I do
Teacher not
think
to.
I do think that's actually slimy when they show up and start lying because they're trying to get around it so that they can continue to predate on kids.
Yeah, but they
in the
all
future.
lie. I guess we fed a few that don't lie.
He lied in such a slimy way. I don't know. His lies are so stupid.
It's the smirk.
It's the smirk.
smirk.
Yeah, it's the insufferable attitude as he lied.
All right, you got me.
Yeah, you
Mr.
got me.
Hanson.
Hey, Chris, it was worth a shot, right? Up top.
Can you blame a man?
So good. All right. Short episode, like we said, just not a lot with this Predator, but I still wanted to include it because that interview was pretty funny. There were some fun moments there with Kaya.
Yeah, I like the smarmy guy. Very, very classic. Again, multiple bingo cards, bingo spots hit on the card. We're going to see a whole lot more like him that tell us that they're here to educate the child on the dangers of the internet.
Plus, you're getting Criminally
Noble.
Stupid every week now. So even if this is shorter than a raw episode, a pure Criminally Stupid episode of the past, hey, you're getting more Criminally Stupid. So just wait till next week. You'll have more. Thank you very much for watching Criminally Stupid. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate you guys, watching it. We're on audio platforms still. We're a bit delayed on the audio platforms just because I'm trying to get everything back on track. But yeah, we'll post a bunch of them over on the audio platforms this week, so that'll be fixed, and then it'll be current. Otherwise, you can get exclusive access, ad-free, because we don't have sponsors on the show anymore. It was a fun little fun stint while we could, but obviously that's gone away with no YouTube now. But you can get it over on Patreon and our membership website, official.men, which will be up at the end of November. This should be out by then, so it'll be out soon, up soon. Official.men. You get it on there, patreon.com/the official podcast, all of that. Go check it out. Well, you're already there if you're listening to this. Thanks for the support, I guess. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Remember,
Bye.
thought crime. Bye-bye.